This is it's always something. Always. Let me make sure my dress ain't showing. Always something. Okay. Turn this up. Let's go. Sorry. I know. All right.
This is a stat production, baby.
I can see the new days, good vibes on my YouTube. Dark days never stay like a noonday. Here to shine light to the people. Power of three, Miss Clover Nova, Mrs. Coco, Mr. Tony OG. It's the midday Monday lunch break hour for me. Clover Nova note, yeah. Mondays at noon, Central. Clover Nova note. Subscribe, tune in to the show. Clover Nova note. Mondays at noon, Central. Clover Nova note. Subscribe and tune in to the show. Let's talk about it. Who's on the line? Let's talk about it. What's on your mind? Let's talk about it. Hey Charms, you are now tuned in to Clover Nova Note. Now if you're new here, don't hit that subscribe button. And if you're returning, welcome back to KNN.
Good afternoon, America. Welcome back. We are back. I know we missed you guys for the last 2 Mondays, but we are back in full effect. And we are joined here by my lovely cousin, Sagana Taylor. Thank you for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
And of course, my lovely co-host, and Tony OG. I'm sorry. It's been 3 weeks. I'm sorry. I got to get back in my groove. Hey, Tony OG.
3 weeks. All right. Okay. What she said.
Now I lost
What's
the whole
going
script,
on?
y'all.
Sound gravy, baby. You know how we make it work. We make it do what it do.
Hey, welcome
What's
to the
going
Imperfectly
on,
Perfect
Sagana?
Show.
How are you, beautiful? How you doing, Sagana?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I am living for those earrings, honey. Yes, give us the egg. Yes, circle of life,
Okay.
honey. Loving
Okay,
it.
so as always, we start off with how was your 3 weeks, Tonio? We have a lot to cover, right? We've been missing in action,
Lord.
but we're back.
Have all mercy. Have all mercy. Let's see. How was these last few weeks? These last few weeks were something kind of crazy, but it's all right. We here.
Do
You
tell.
know,
Let's talk
everybody's
about
been.
it.
I mean, it's been a lot. Just trying to put everything in perspective. Away for a while. I had to go out of town for a week for work. That was interesting to say the least. Um, the There's a lot for those of you out there, my fellow veterans. You know, it's there's a transition that happens right when you come from the military sector and then move over to the civilian sector after working in DoD or federal for over 23 years, like myself, and then going over to the civilian side and learning concepts, communication styles, value of work, and work ethics. Um, it's There's a transition that has to happen mentally as well as physically, but more so mentally, I believe. There's an emotional component to it. So, sitting in this space, in this room with all of these other leaders or managers, as I like to call them, because it's a difference. There is a difference. You learn about each individual. You learn about just their them as people. So
Right.
that was a learning experience. I was mentally exhausted after that week. I recall getting on the plane that Friday, sitting in my seat with my music in my ear in my
Mm-hmm.
chair with just this headache and feeling of just being drained,
Mm.
of feeling the need to. Okay, let me do it this way. We, as people of color, black men, black women, we already have to explain ourselves, right? We always have that need on our back to present ourselves in a certain way, or pardon the way we say something, or have to be hyper aware of our
Mm-hmm.
surroundings and what we say and to whom we say it with. So couple that with now being in this environment of I can't say it this way from a military perspective because I'm in a leadership conference, leadership conversation. I have to say it a different way. So it was mental gymnastics, right?
Yeah.
So it was a lot. It was just a lot. So that week in self just really tugged at my mental capability. It tugged at my PTSD, my anxiety, my stress. It just really tugged at those strings,
Yeah.
and I was just exhausted. I was exhausted as hell. So I had my Sade going on in my ear. Then I had my Maxwell going on next, honey, and I was just sitting down, and the thing just don't talk to me. Don't say nothing. Yes, honey, keep the drinks coming. Okay. So while I'm on this
Oh well.
plane on the way
Okay.
home. Yeah, yeah. So that was week before last. Last week was good. Came home, hung out with some great friends. Um, got to see my babies because I was gone for a week. So that was always exciting to hang out with my chitterlings. Some birthdays, got to celebrate. So that helped out. So, get rejuvenated, right? By
Okay.
being around those people that just love you unconditionally, flaws and all. So that's definitely a great feeling. Um, to all my parents out there, all my aunties out there, uncles out there, y'all understand just having that. Yeah, just something about it, right? It's just great. So that's just a nutshell, about what my last couple few weeks has been. This last Mother's Day weekend was pretty good as well. Got to spend time with my mammy, had some good conversations with her, so that was good.
Yeah.
She took the grandkids, baby. She said, "I want to spend same time with them for my Mother's Day." I said, "You can have them, honey. Take them with thou and enjoy thyself." Okay, that part, right? So, please take them. I will not argue at all. But
Okay.
but yeah, that was for me. That was for me. How about you, Miss Clover? How was your past few weeks?
Um, well, as you guys know, I take care of my mom, so I'm in the house a lot. I did get to go out. Like I think last time we were on air, I told you guys I went out with my my one of my friends who was my manager way back in the day at the
Oh,
warehouse.
Go ahead. hmm Go ahead. We listening. We listening. Come on, let it
Okay,
out. Come
because
on,
what
spit
you
it
getting
out.
like?
Spit it
Okay,
out.
um, so I told you that. So
uh
since
huh.
then, I've been
Uh huh.
recovering because I drank a little too much.
I
Me
thought you
and
said because of
mom,
the date you had to recover, but go ahead. Go ahead.
you know what? We ain't gonna talk about no dates. Um, yeah, went to casino, all that stuff. I've been really much in chill mode. I've been preparing for this segment. We were trying to get the phone lines open for you guys today, but somehow I don't know if Google changed something because I can't pull up the phone line thing. So I've been trying to work on that and getting this show together. But I haven't had much of an eventful moment. I did go to my cousin's house. We played some spades game, and I saw, some rare forms. But I was there.
Sorry about
But,
that.
huh?
Not rare
Sorry
form.
about that.
Oh no, it was cool. It was to me, it was okay.
Oh,
Just we had good. Everybody had fun. That was the most important part. My cousin barbecued. Thank you, cuz, for barbecuing for me. And mom, she wanted barbecue for Mother's Day, so I got a barbecue.
there you
Made some
go.
spaghetti, baked beans, potato salad. So
hmm
she was happy. Her level's been good. Everything has been good. So I've been in chill mode, just trying to get my mental prepared for. the future. That's all. But keeping my mental health intact is an event in its own. So yeah, pretty chill. I wish the weather would make up its mind so we can just, you know. But this is Chicago, nigga.
Not just Chicago, down here in good old Texas, they doing the
Y'all getting
same thing.
the hot flashes and stuff too, and
Hot flashes, girl. It's
the
been
cold shoulders.
thunderstorming and raining. It's been thunder just a few minutes ago. So just in case my internet cut off, that's what's going on. I hung up. The thunder. The thunder out here a little bit, a little lightning, and the grid go crazy. So we were down for about 2 days. Uh,
Mm.
it went out on Friday, right when she can't pick up these kids. I tell you, she pick up the children, and then the electricity go out that evening. The internet was out for
So they
two
done
days.
took the electricity with them.
I mean, Lord, someone just upset with
Yeah.
life. But yeah, at that moment.
Now, Sue, you want to tell us how your week been? How you been for the last week? Just you know,
I don't remember.
you don't remember?
No.
Okay, so it was good. Okay, that's what's up. Well, you don't remember your week. You
No.
had too much fun. Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
that's what's
I have
up.
to go through my calendar to tell you how my week was.
Mm.
Busy, so it's busy and good.
Every
Okay.
day is something. You was just here for one part of the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like that every day without the liquor.
Oh,
Oh, then I would
sounds like you need
definitely
to
need the
add liquor
liquor
to your
to be
repertoire. I mean, I'm just saying that
right
needs to
to
be
go
a
through it.
needs to
Yeah,
be a
Take a
steady
sip to that
Betty.
now.
every day is something. I told you, in my house is never a dull moment. It's like a
Mm.
circus. If I had a
Hmm.
hidden camera, we'll be on live TV every day.
Oh, y'all will go
That's how
viral.
crazy it is. How we talk to each other. It's all that love. And we
It
mean
all love.
no ill will, but
Hmm.
stuff happens. And it just so happens in this house.
Mm. Well, we're gonna work on getting them cameras because that's
And
the
you
new
seen how
reality show
this
right
house
there.
is. I tell you, we played, what's that game, Marco Polo in this house.
Mm.
Trying
Not
to find
Marco
out where
Polo.
everybody is. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's all
can't find
right.
nobody because everybody's somewhere. If you're in the basement, somebody looking upstairs for you. They ain't gonna find you.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my daughter did that. She looked for me all over the house, and I'm in my room.
Mm. Right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
So she had a little adventure.
yeah.
Poor
But I
lady.
be hiding on purpose though.
Well, that
You
happens
hide
too.
from your daughter on purpose?
Yeah,
Absolutely. See, Auntie don't understand. You gotta have
Okay.
these kids. Shoot,
Okay.
shoot,
Okay.
child.
closet, man. I used to hide
Look,
my closet behind my clothes with the light off on my phone playing.
yeah,
But they know you
you,
there because your car. So they say, Mom's here somewhere because the car. You ever park
Mm-mm.
your car down the street and then come in the house and then hide?
yeah, yeah, yeah. They're not scared. They just want nothing.
They don't want
They want
nothing.
nothing.
No.
Yeah, you used to be able to go to the bathroom when they were before they start walking, but now when they start crawling and walking, you can't go to the bathroom no more. They just open the door, come right on in. I'm like, I'm trying to.
Exactly. I lock
Can I
my door.
finish washing my ass?
I lock my bathroom door. My daughter
Yeah,
be just
yeah,
hanging on the doorknob like this. Mommy,
yeah.
can I come in? No. I'll be out
No,
in a minute.
yeah.
Hello,
Give
can
me
I
a
come in,
second.
please?
Right. That part. That
Oh,
part.
yeah.
Tell it now.
Leave
Tell
me
it.
You have no privacy with kids. Okay. I'm noting this because I'm interested in having
Girl,
my
I can
own.
tell you so much stuff to make you not want to have kids.
I know.
I
You've been
told her.
telling me. Antonio too. He's been like,
So I
And I
drop
got
them
a boy
off.
and a
sure.
girl. I can tell you the both of best worlds.
Yeah. Yeah. That part.
They both
Well,
different.
Yeah, they are.
Let's have
That
a
they
segment on
be.
that. I bet you I'll be here.
It's
I bet you I'll be here.
amazing.
And
okay.
I don't want to be
Well,
a grandma, so I convince my kids not to have kids.
I love
They're not
it.
gonna put them kids off me.
well, by having two, that's kind of like inevitable. One of them going.
They both gonna be
Maybe.
out my house.
Come
That part.
through, out the door, exit stage left. Okay, that's right.
All
So they got to
right.
talk before they come over. I ain't gotta answer the phone.
Mhm, mhm. I don't answer the door when you knock. Well, I'm gonna answer the phone when you call. I'm just saying. I mean, why
Right.
change up on you now?
Shout out to the kids. We love y'all. We really do.
Right,
Shout
you
out
know.
to all the kids out there. K&N loves the kids. As you guys can see, we really love the kids over here. Okay.
You do.
So let's dive into it because we have a lot to get into, a lot to unpack, a lot to unfold. Um, I was taking my notes for the show and I don't have all of my notes. I'm just hoping that Tonio, with his famous spread, has something to cover the topics that I have not gotten around to, that I wasn't really, up for. Before you do that, though, we're going to celebrate May birthdays. You guys know we do celebrity birthdays every month. This is the first Monday this month we're doing it. So we have Dwayne Johnson, May 2nd, Damon Dash, May 3rd, James Brown, May 3rd, Jackie Jackson, May 4th, Chris Brown, May 5th, Meek Mill, May 6th, Gabourey Sidibe, May 6th, Louis Farrakhan, May 11th, Stevie Wonder, May 13th, Janet Jackson, happy birthday tomorrow on the 16th, Malcolm X, 19th, and, oh, see, Coco would have been going crazy right now. Busta Rhymes, that's her man. May 20th, Notorious B.I.G., May 21st, Pam Grier, May 26th, just to name a few, you guys. And as always, you guys can submit your birthdays under the video, um, hashtag my birthday, and then we'll shout you out at the beginning of every month. Um, and we actually have two for a happy birthday from K&M to Nisha, my sister, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. I had to put that in there because she always,
May the
she,
fourth be with you. That's
and
right.
West, May 27th. Happy birthday from K&N, you guys. Okay. All right. So, you guys know we're talking about today, or all this month, mental health. Okay. And I'm going to open up this panel, this discussion with what do you guys think? What's the first thing that comes to mind when you guys talk, when you hear about mental health?
Oh.
First thing that pops in your head, mental health.
Medication.
Okay.
Depression.
I think that, yeah, medication, depression, I think are great ones. I also think of facts. I think that that we at times are. I want to say this. I think at times that we are provided information via different tools like media, for example, through movies and TV shows on what mental health really is, and there aren't actual or factual, right? So what we do at that point, we absorb that knowledge, we absorb what we've seen, and we turn that into a reality. And then once we meet or see someone, we figure, well, you can't have PTSD because you're not doing this, or you're not, scratching at the walls, or hovering inside of your room. You can't be autistic because you're not acting like Rain Man, and all these things. But understanding that there is a spectrum to these type of things, and that there's a severity level to these type of things, and there's individuals. To Sanana's point, that aren't medicated or that are medicated, so there's so many different factors that have to be taken into consideration. And so that's just an explanation of why I say facts as being one of the first things that kind of pop in my head.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
The first word that came to my mind is crisis.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're in the times right now where if you're out and you're having an episode, you could possibly get shot by the police because they don't know you're having a mental breakdown. You can be made fun of and you're having a mental health issue that could become something people, tease you about or whatever. And a lot of kids that have mental, um, I said earlier to Sue that I didn't like using the word mental issues, who have a hard time managing their mental. bullies, all kind of things come if you don't have, like Tonya said, the facts about what mental health looks like. So that's something that I'm hoping that we can get a grasp on as far as treatment and the healing process with that. Um, with that being said, I do want to go over a couple of, let me turn this volume down because I always forget to do that. Um, Speaking of facts, here's a couple of facts from KNN, you guys. 1 in 20 U.S. adults experience mental health, illness each year. 1 in 6 U.S. youth between the ages of 6 and 17 experience mental health disorder each year. 50% of all lifetime mental illness begin by the age 14 and 75% by the age of 24. And suicide is the second leading cause of death among people aged 10 to 14. 10 to 14. Oh my God, Mom. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm checking in on her. See, when you take 2 weeks off, everyone forgets everything. I just told her I'm doing this show. Okay. So those are a couple of facts that I pulled up from Mayo Clinic .org,
Okay.
which is very interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of the you good? Okay, all right. One of the places that I like to get a lot of facts and one of the places that I send a lot of people to, especially from a veteran perspective, is a site called soundoff.com. And what it does is it provides a lot of facts and details when it comes to PTSD and mental illness within the veteran community. I'm going to share my screen here. We can take a look at some of the statistics, and it's live fed on real time, so we get a lot of that good information right at the point of what we're talking about. Let me see if I can get this going.
I'm back, y'all. Apologize. Okay.
Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But let's see here. We're going to go share screen, and then we're going to take a look at this puppy here.
Okay. Told you, famous spread. He works this platform like.
It's what I do. It's what I do. All
Mhm.
right. So this website here, Standoff, it's been great. I use it a lot when I do a lot of mentoring with my local veterans within the community. But Standoff itself, talking about what the problem is when it comes to PTSD in itself. Facts: 17 veterans kill themselves every day.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is an
Now
issue when it
let's
comes to
just
our
pause right
military
there,
members.
and let's just pause right
And
there and focus on the everyday.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just want
It's
to let that
definitely
sink in. Every day.
there's definitely a strong message and peace that comes with that one, right? You have to understand that um, as veterans, there are those of us that suffer in silence. There are those of us that suffer out loud. There are those of us that know that there may be an area or a place to where we can get some assistance, yet that extra step or just need that extra push for someone to be with them, right?
Hmm.
Because they're still scared or feel for it. So they find the easiest route out is to go ahead and take their lives. So, this being a daily occurrence, it definitely sits and it stirs something in me when I think about it.
Yeah.
Um, but looking a little bit even further into it itself, veterans deployed to Iraq, Afghanistan from 9/11 were likely to suffer from some type of PTSD or major depression due to not seeking support. It's 47% of us um, that have deployed that suffer from this. I think that, and these are reported numbers, mind you, reported numbers. So if you look at the population of those individuals that have um, deployed to either Iraq and Afghanistan, specifically for 9/11, I would say the number is probably even higher for the non-reported if you add those into this percentage. Um, 'cause PTSD is real.
It
It
is
happens
very
in
real.
different formats. And then the last piece of this, I want to take a look at it, and four of the main barriers that stand in our way are our personal and professional stigmas. Let's talk
Hmm.
about ourselves in the Black community, right?
Yes.
You know, it's a thing. If you go and see somebody, you're crazy. You know, now I got this stigma
Oh,
of being labeled crazy. What does that mean? If I have an issue, then I should be able to go and talk to somebody about it. But because of that personal stigma that is attached to it, I don't want to go run into that. I don't want to be a part of that. So I stay away from it. And then you have the lack of trust in our doctors. Again, let's talk about our community. Who are they experimenting on? How did they find out, even within itself, about OBGYN and a woman's body? By experimenting on Black women, right? So, I mean, things of that nature. There's the Tuskegee Airmen experiment. Excuse me, the Tuskegee experiments done on our Black and brown people. So we have so much history within this country, just as a community, on why there's a lack of trust when it comes to our providers.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
Then we
that
look at the
reminds me
bureaucracy.
of when the pandemic started, how people used that as the reason they didn't want to get the vaccine, and because of the
Oh
Tuskegee
yeah,
experiment. A lot of people didn't want to wear
absolutely.
masks. This is all a hoax. We had the president at the time just said there's a lot of that plays into that too when you're ignoring the
I agree.
problem, the issues.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And and then the next part we think about it is the bureaucracy. It's all about the money. Somebody's getting paid from somewhere. So we think about it from that perspective as well. This is the reason why I don't want to go and get talked about it, because they just want my money. That's all they want.
Hmm.
They don't want anything from me, you
Capitalize
know.
off
So
of it.
right. So it's difficult. And then for those that actually do want to get the help, it's where they live, the geography of the situation. You may stay in a spot or in a location to where the closest hospital is 10 to 15, sometimes even 20 miles away. You don't
Yeah.
have any type of transportation to get there outside of walking. But yet you have a family at home that you have to take care of. So you can't take them with you on this journey to go
Yeah.
get this help. So these are, those top four main barriers that that we have when it comes to this situation, and that you have to think about. But I love this website. I think this website is very informative, and it definitely provides a lot of information. And then you can go ahead and download the application if you choose, and you can get more information at the point of need. You can go ahead and self-report any information that you may have as for suffering, and they provide information to you as well. So I think that it's definitely helpful for those of us Army people. We understand our battle buddy terminology, right? That's my battle buddy, right? That's my battle. So we use it a lot, and being supportive, being able to help out, definitely works out. So, but yeah, that's what I wanted to go and share.
Hi, Miss Brilliance 31. Thank you for joining us. She said she wanted to share some information to help everyone. Okay.
To help the everyday working person. Yeah, I love that. It's definitely helpful.
Thank you for sharing too.
I know
Um,
we did have up on the side here too, just to circle back a little bit. So if you know someone, has been a victim of abuse, call this National Domestic Violence Hotline. We're going to talk about abuse a little bit later on in our next show next week, but this
yeah,
is something we definitely want to get to you all so you can utilize this when it comes to abuse. Because at times, people that are suffering from depression and PTSD and anxiety, they're normally on the receiving end of the abuse,
yeah.
rather being their abuser. So, someone that's on the receiving end of this, that's something else, another hotline you can definitely use.
Hmm.
But Sue, did you
Okay.
have something you want to add in?
Okay. She says most employers have EAP benefits that make it super easy to access mental health. What is EAP? That would be my question. That make it super easy to access mental
And it should be employee assistance uh,
program.
profile or program, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Learn something new. See, this is why guys should tune in and subscribe. Make sure you guys hit that bell because you can learn stuff. We learn stuff. I know I do every show. But yeah, EAP, that's something to look up too. So you may want to ask your employer, do you guys have EAP? And she said it's the Employment Assistance Program.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that, Jim. We love Jims around here. Okay,
What are your thoughts, Sue?
so yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, let's
Okay.
start by opening up who Sue Sagana Taylor is first, okay? So Sagana Taylor, why don't you introduce yourself and what you do?
Okay. My name is Sagana Taylor. Dear cousin invited me here. I am part military. I did Navy for 7 years active, 4 years reserve. I have my fair share of PTSD, anxiety, depression, all that good stuff. And it came from the military, of course. Um, I have my own business helping veterans get disability claims so they don't have to, because it's frustrating, especially for the older veterans, to go get that done, understand the paperwork, and they don't want to deal with it. So I go around, I travel to help these veterans to get what they supposed to have that they refuse to go get because they don't understand it,
Mm,
and trying to word it for them and so they won't start arguing with the doctors, which they usually do. And I just want to keep the peace, get paid for it, and help out as much as I can. But as far as my PTSD, like I said, it came from me being in the military, from some circumstances that was forced upon me. I ended up getting pregnant by it. So if you can
Mm.
paint the picture, you know what happened.
yeah.
I had my son in the military at the age of 24. I thought about getting an abortion because at that time I did not like children. And I don't, I didn't know anything about taking care of children, and I felt as though that I shouldn't have it. But I talked to my mom. She said the baby didn't do anything wrong, so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go ahead and have the child. My son is 19 now. He's in college. He moved out, so he's on his own. And I got myself to 100% disability claim. So he's going to school for free and getting paid to do it.
All right.
I
That's right.
go through all this. It is difficult, very
Yeah,
difficult to get to 100%.
I can imagine it. And thank you for your service and for helping me as well as a veteran get benefits. We're in the process, so it does work. If you're a veteran and you need help getting disability, comment below on the video and we can, hook you up with Sagana Taylor so she can help you guys get the benefits you guys need and deserve because the military can be a mentally altering experience for people who are not ready. Like I was. I was not ready to be in the military. The reason I was in the military is a whole other show, but I was there. Okay, I did what I had to do until I couldn't do it no more.
So we're
And
looking for a few good men.
you know what?
No judging.
And I,
No
and
judging.
Not at all. Not at all.
see, the thing for me about the military is that it's a gumbo of people. You know, you know how in your
Hmm.
hometown you have everything. This class of people and this is that class. In the military, everybody's together, and if you're not socially, you have the bandwidth for that kind of social interaction, it can definitely trigger some things you never even thought that would trigger you. My experiences was hot and cold the whole entire time I was there. I liked it being there because my family was proud of me. I'm in the military. Oh. But then I didn't like it because I didn't kind of connect with a lot of people. And people were forcing me to connect with people that I couldn't, it was a lot. So I'm blessed and thankful that we have people like Sagana Taylor to help people when they get out because I was told when I got out, we ain't got nothing else for you. And my cousin said, we'll see about that. And she did her magic, and they sent me the paperwork. Said, we're working on your. I'm like, okay. So it
So
works, you guys. So make sure you guys follow the ticker below if you need help, or if you know someone who's a veteran and need help with assistance. We hooking y'all up. Okay.
yeah, they like talking to me. Of course, some of them don't like talking to the other color of a person, so they feel more
Hmm.
comfortable talking to me. And
Mm-hmm.
I make them feel comfortable. I make them, I don't make them do nothing, but they feel more comfortable talking to me. They express more to me than they ever expressed before.
Mm.
So I tell them what they need to do to help them out, and I have to have them go back in time. They have to go back and tell me exactly what happened. I cannot help a liar. I cannot help a liar. If you don't tell me what happened to you, then how am I supposed to help you? I can't
Exactly.
go around anything because I don't know exactly what happened. And if I end up trying to help you and you lie to me, you're going to get denied. It's not going to be my fault.
Yeah.
I tried to help you. You didn't help me, so I can't help you.
Just like
So
that.
tell me the truth. Let me know what happened. I'm not going to be judging you. I'm trying to help you. Why would I judge you? If you get paid, I get paid. If you don't get paid, I don't get paid. Why would I help myself? I'm
Right.
trying to help.
She's not going to waste her time knowing that you don't have a case if you don't have one.
No.
Okay. So I want to dive into some symptoms of anxiety. What do you guys know about anxiety? You guys have any personal
It's exhausting.
experiences? It is. It's mentally
Anxiety is exhausting.
yeah.
Always looking around, and you want something to go a certain way. The other person don't want it to go that way, but you know this way is the right way, and some type of anxiety just comes over you to a point you can't breathe. Something's wrong. They're not listening to you, and then you just have a whole panic attack. I'm sorry, that's
Mm,
just me.
yeah. What about you, Tony? Any anxiety? Do you ever get anxiety? And you speak in front of large groups of people, so I couldn't imagine being at a podium. Like this is a little easier because I could just say I'm talking to y'all, but I'm talking to everybody. But Tonio, when he calls up, like I'm going to this event, I'm going to speak in front of. I envy him because I know personally I would go through all kind of mental aerobics before I even get to a podium. But how do you have ever experienced any anxiety talking in front of large groups of people? Tonio, that's something that
Um, there was a point, when I first started. I think it was, especially starting out in my military career. There was a point of that, but there's definitely some training and some things that nature that you go through when it comes to just learning how to work in that space.
hmm
But anxiety is still real. It doesn't have to be just because you're speaking in front of a large audience. You can have anxiety with just like when it comes to heights. Like I'm scared of heights, so I get anxiety just from being in high altitudes or things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And that's came from experiences of being in the military. I mean, there's a course that we go through called aerosol, and when I went to aerosol training, um, I got wrapped up in one of the ropes. So,
Oh wow.
and that just took me over the edge. After that, I was like, I ain't never gonna no want no parts of. I just it kept me in a space of anxiety when it comes to high spaces, high locations. I get anxiety when I drive on the road at times. If I don't have an exit strategy or a way that I can get out because I'm a defensive driver, I get anxiety from that. And that's from being in different car bombing situations or driving down roads where I'm getting shot at um, and things are blowing up in front of me or behind me on the side of me. So, yeah, things like that is anxiety is definitely a high um, where
Yeah.
anxiety gets high. So, yeah,
And I remember you saying that too, like you don't passenger ride
I
very
don't.
often at all because you have
I
to be in
don't.
control of the vehicle.
I
Like,
have to. I have to. I mean, I could be a pastor for maybe two people, maybe three. Three is pushing it, but maybe two people I can, off the top of my head, I'll be a passionate with. And even with those two individuals, I'm still in there. Okay, I need you to speed up. I need you to slow down. You're moving too fast, moving too slow. They're like, shut the hell up. I'm like, I'm trying, but get out, and let me drive, then. So, but yeah.
so I
It's
have a
difficult.
question.
Yep,
Would you ride in the car with me?
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not. No. I will ride in the car with you. Will I let you drive that said vehicle? Mm-mm, mm-mm. You
He
need the
didn't
one
say no,
with the
y'all.
machine guns.
He said absolutely not, as if he
That
heard
part.
somewhere like I crash into stuff, I've had accident. Why absolutely not? That was a little okay. So
I've been on the phone a plethora of times. Hey, Miss Brooke is 31. I've been on the phone with you multiple times with you in the driver's seat, ma'am. And
no,
hell to the no, to the
next
no,
segment, we're gonna
no, no. Okay.
I wouldn't even ask that question.
I
I already
mean,
know.
I didn't know he was gonna see he usually don't extend stuff like that. I thought it was gonna end it. Absolutely not. But
But
yeah,
just
okay,
think how
so
you drive, though.
but I don't think it's
And
necessarily about how I drive. I think it's my attitude towards other drivers
it's the
that
is
same.
it?
will probably trigger him to be like, you know what, let me just
Is
And
not
it?
ride with you.
I
But
wouldn't ask him that question.
yeah,
I
Is
will
it?
not. I know. Many people pray when they get in my car.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yep.
you know what? And I've been in your car, Tonio. You think you wouldn't ride with me?
Hmm.
This speed demon down here, and this is. I've never seen someone have road rage in moving traffic like her. You know how it's
Hmm.
usually something that's preventing you from going somewhere. And you like, ah, what
Mhm.
the? She could be driving and she's frustrated because someone got in front. Like I was just like, "You okay, Sagana?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And she just drives, and it's like it does. It's not even an issue with her. It's no, it's so
Mhm.
normal for her.
I'm a
And yeah,
cautious speeder.
I had to do the old lady and clench onto the door a
Not
little
a
bit
cautious
to
speeder.
see.
No, at least you had your seatbelt on.
Mhm.
Yeah, that you
Oh,
have
yeah, I was
to.
talking to you on the phone. You probably have to put a seatbelt on then too.
Let's see,
Reach in
Miss
the
Brooke.
back seat,
Let's
put
see.
that seatbelt on too. Like,
Miss Brooke is 31 says my anxiety is brought on by stress, among other things. I have
mm,
anxiety when driving. I've experienced panic attacks, excessive
mm-hmm.
sweating, and I'm a frequent nail biter.
Yeah, she's been doing that since
Ciao.
a kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Since she was
buddy.
a kid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
when
she
we
must
were
be nail.
little, before, well, many moons ago, when we were little, a lot of these things that are now diagnosed didn't have a diagnosis back then. You were crazy if you wasn't, if you
Yeah.
was an active child and you were running around. What's wrong with that child? They crazy. And sit down and the parents hollering. We didn't know what was going on. We didn't know that nothing about PTSD, why a child would speak at home, but when they go into a social setting, they won't say anything like, then like, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? I don't know. She usually talks and now she don't talk. And speaking of that, I did some research on Mayo Clinic and found out that that was called selective mutism.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little bit of selective mutism too, especially in new crowd rooms. I'm not going to be talking that much now. So it's selective to me because when I was doing music, when I would go into a club, you have to be social. You have to get people, used to who you are. So when you get on
Mm-hmm.
stage, people be like, "Oh, you perform." So selective mutism is a consistent failure of children to speak in certain situations, such as school, even when they can speak in other situations, such as at home with close family members. So not diagnosing your children, Charms. We're just saying that they may have selective mutism if your child is very active at home and sociable, but then when they go someplace else, it's not that they're shy or someone did anything to them. They just have selective. mutism. They don't feel
That is not my
Well,
daughter at all.
your
well,
daughter does not. Mute is not even her category. She's not at all.
when you look at selective mutism, I'm glad you brought that up. Though when you look at it, though, there studies have shown that it generally is brought on by some type of trauma that's happened to the child. And that's where the selective component comes from,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's the child has associated their new environment or the person around them to a situation that's happened to them in the past.
Yeah.
So whether it's a smell, whether it's the way that someone looks, a set of
Mm-hmm.
glasses they may have on,
The way they
and sometimes
sound.
it just right, exactly, the voice, the sound, the cadence, the pitch, the tone, the room, the environment itself. So all of those components can add to that situation. So it's
Mm-hmm.
something to definitely take in consideration. So we as parents, sometimes we dismiss, because back in the day, as you mentioned a little bit earlier, we say, "Oh, something wrong with that kid. He be all right. He be good. Go on and get your uncle. Go and get your auntie a hug. Give him a kiss. Go sit in their lap. Go do all these things." And
Mm-hmm.
I think that we found as time has progressed and we've learned that we need to listen to our kids. We need to, if they feel uncomfortable about something, if their radar is going off saying, "Nay, I don't want to be around this person. I don't want to talk to this person," right?
Mm-hmm.
If they're being selective in whom they choose to be around and whom they choose to touch, or whatever, listen to that, respect that boundary that that individual has made for themselves, because they are little people, right?
Yeah.
And then go ahead and dig deeper into it. Ask them the questions outside of that environment,
Yeah.
right? Because they're still nervous, they're still afraid, but outside that environment, and then move forward with that, with actions if necessary. But a lot of times, you get a lot from our young people nowadays, and from our kids that we didn't pay attention to, back in the day when we all were growing up. It's just, it's what, back in the early 80s, let's say, we weren't paying no attention to none of this then, right? Nowadays, I think we have the science, we have the experience, we have the knowledge, because young people today actually pulling back and saying, "I'm this way because," or "I
Mm-hmm.
found this out because the generation, our generation, and generation after us, and one even after that, ooh, Jesus, Dayton, but have been educated, and
Yeah.
those learned experiences are being documented. So I think that's definitely helpful. So when you
And
talk
that's
about the
one.
selective mutism, I think it's great.
Yeah, and that's one positive to social media. I think it gives the younger generation a voice to
Yeah.
express themselves. I don't too much favor the social media, but that case, yeah, I think my great grandmother had selective hearing. Is that a thing? Just kidding. Learn something new, maybe. Yeah, I could agree with that too. Selective mutism with my niece. Yeah, I was yesterday years old when I found that out, guys. I had to put that on here because that was interesting to me. Another thing
Yep.
that was interesting to me that I didn't realize that I had was agoraphobia.
Mm. Hmm.
That's how you pronounce it, agoraphobia. It
Yeah,
is a type of
agoraphobia.
anxiety disorder in which you fear and often avoid places, situations that might cause you to panic and make you feel trapped. What happened? Make you What happened? Make you feel trapped, helpless, or embarrassed. Okay. Was that you,
Hmm.
Tonio? Oh,
It
so
wasn't me.
yeah,
You didn't
I've
catch me on camera. It wasn't me.
that
No.
and agoraphobia. I realized that I related to this because there are times when I had a bad experience at a certain place and I wouldn't go back there because
Hmm.
that triggers me, or certain situations with people. Like, I'm not finna go over this person's house because this is going to happen and I'm going to feel this kind of way. So you have to kind of compartmentalize your mental health with agoraphobia, and I'm glad there's a word for it now. So if this relates to you, there's something that you guys you can name it now. You can label it.
That's some family.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep. So
Is
like,
that
why
what?
haven't seen you in a long time? Oh, girl, agoraphobia. Agoraphobia, honey. I got it. I got agoraphobia. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Um,
So if they ask to come over again, I'm gonna let them know. Look, I got agoraphobia. I can't come over.
right. That means something that
Mm-hmm.
happened before. I'm not gonna let happen again.
Oh, they ain't gonna know what it
Right.
mean.
Right.
Mm-mm.
They look it up. Just say agoraphobia. Google
Mm,
it, and then you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
mm.
of course, we had talked about the most common one, which is the anxiety. Wait, take that one off first. Anxiety disorder. Okay, wait, that's at the bottom. I don't know why it's at the bottom. But anxiety disorder, I'll do that again. Due to medical conditions, includes symptoms of
A
intense anxiety
mess.
or panic that are directly caused by a physical health problem. Generalized anxiety disorder includes persistent and excessive anxiety and worries about the worry being out of proportion to the actual circumstances. It's difficult to control and affects how you feel physically. Okay.
Sure.
Um, I did. She said I have arachnophobia.
Mm-hmm. A mess. Lord help us all.
Yes,
Help us, Jesus.
that's a mental situation too.
Mm-hmm. It is. It
It's
is.
okay though. It's okay.
Okay, so the anxiety disorder. I was talking to Sagana earlier about when I did come to her house. I was meeting the kids. I don't think I met. Uh, I didn't remember meeting some of the people there for the first time. It was overwhelming, and when it got overwhelming, I was sweating. And of course, I blamed it on my hormones because sometimes that happens too, flashes and stuff. But it was my anxiety. I knew it was my anxiety, so I went out, got some air, came back in. We're just getting away from seeing. You see me go upstairs a couple times, and I was just like, okay, we go downstairs. I had to gather myself. So that's real, you guys. Anxiety disorder. When people, it's not so much about me feeling nervous around my family. It's just about the overwhelming. Like I didn't expect everybody to be there in some same room. We're down in the basement. It's just like a lot. So I deal with that. I deal with that issue a lot too. Yeah, I think that's the last one I have. Social anxiety disorder involves high levels of anxiety, fear, and avoidance of social situations and due to feeling embarrassed, self-conscious, and concerned about being judged negatively by others. As an artist, as someone who perform music and record, I am very concerned about how
Sensitive about my shit.
hey, I'm an artist, okay? Erica Badu
What
said it
Erica
best.
say? Hey, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit.
The fact that
That's
she had to
right.
say that on the track, or to record
That's
all of
right.
it.
So
This ain't
keep
just
in
stuff
mind.
I'm keeping in mind that I'm an artist. So I
That's
know
right.
you're gonna judge it, but I'm letting you know I'm sensitive about it. So take it
That's right.
easy. That's a real thing. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I have a lot of. I won't go to certain events if I don't know who all gonna be there. You ever invited somebody and said who all gonna be there? Maybe they have
Oh,
social anxiety disorder and they need to know so they know how to prepare themselves. Maybe if a certain somebody is going to be there, that will determine whether they don't won't be there or not. But that's
mm-hmm.
a symptom of social anxiety disorder too. I know some people look at that negative. Why you gotta know who out over here? I gotta know.
Because I don't fuck with you. Sometimes I just
So
don't
God,
fuck
I
with
can see that being your theme song. Like I know you was bumping that one. Like she's very
Shit.
selective about who she's gonna, be around too.
Damn skipper.
What I do?
Huh?
What I
Mm-hmm.
do?
I said I know that song by Big Sean was your theme song when it came out because you're very selective about where you're gonna go and who you're gonna be around too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's important.
Probably had it as a ringtone too.
It's extremely important. Yeah.
You gotta
Especially if
know
I
what.
take my medication. Yeah. If I don't take my medication, I don't care about nothing.
Let's
That's
talk a
it.
little bit about that too. Taking medication. Why do you guys think the stigma? I think the medication part is um, part of the stigma. When you have to go get a mental evaluation, and the stigma is, what if they put me on pills? Then I'm really be labeled as crazy because I had to take this medication. And that stigma is something very important to break, because I'm not going to say I'm a huge fan of something wrong, take a pill, something wrong, take a pill. But in some cases, I feel like it can really help calm a lot of symptoms down. I don't think it's the solution to it, but I personally have been prescribed generic versions of Zoloft for depression. Didn't like the way it made my body feel a little bit, but it helped calm me down from being in my head a lot, like being really down. I was feeling really down, mighty low, and it does help you feel good, But for me personally, okay, it just made me feel a little too good. Like, my hands was doing this, and I was smiling a lot, and I didn't know why, but it was better than the alternative for me. So, I had to start off with the lowest dosage and everything. But do you guys think that because medication may be the end result to going to seek help, does that contribute to the stigma on mental health?
But the medication I take, I didn't start my medication until I got married. The husband that I had married, I did not know about the mental illness he had until after the fact. So we went to counseling. Going to counseling, they're letting me know, not on both sides. She's like, in the middle. Okay, not telling us, oh, you should get a divorce because that marriage doesn't work. She's not doing that. I suggest this. I suggest that. Y'all should try this. Okay, that's fine. We did that. Didn't work. I'm still seeing it. I was still seeing that person after getting divorced. Letting her know what's going on, but she knows my whole military background, what happened to me, and she's like, "Okay, well, you have PTSD." I didn't know that. I wasn't thinking twice about it. I'm thinking I'm fine.
Right.
Nothing wrong with me. But
Like, I
with
just
the
have a moment. I have moments sometimes. That's it.
right, not recognizing that I had a so-called issue. So she put me in with a psychiatrist. Of course, psychiatrists are the ones who give the medication. So talking to the psychiatrist, telling them what I went through, what I'm going through, and how I'm feeling at the moment. Okay, I want you to take these pills. Okay, fine. That makes my day better. Start taking the first set of pills, completely numb to anything and everything. I could not smile correctly. I could not feel anything. I told that person about these pills. She changed it. I got to a point I couldn't control my emotions because of these pills. The second set of pills that she gave me. I was angry at something. And I wanted to cry and I couldn't. So that was an issue for me. I want to be able to control my feelings. I don't want medication to control my feelings. Then my last set of medication, the ones I'm on now, I'm settled. I'm okay. But I notice a difference when I don't take it versus when I take it. When I don't take it, I want to say, I'm not going to say I'm ruthless. I'm careless. Very careless about anybody's feelings whatsoever. I speak how I feel at that moment and don't care what you think about it and don't care how you feel about it.
I can attest to that, but it's out of love.
I didn't care.
She gonna tell you what's on her mind.
Yeah. But when I take my medication, I think about it. I'll think about it, and I'll try to rephrase it into a nicer version, and before I say anything. Right. So I do need my medication, and people notice when I don't take it. So I have to take it.
Yeah. Ms. Brookins says, I've taken Lexapro, which didn't help at all. I was switched to Trileptal. Very effective for my type of anxiety. Consult your doctor to find out what. Right. Don't diagnose yourself, you guys. If y'all feel connected to anything that we're saying, symptoms, do not say that this is what I have because K and N said. Consult with your doctor. Let them know exactly what you're going through. They would definitely prescribe you to whatever they need to, suggest that you take or not take. Sometimes, a lot of times, mental illness just needs someone to talk to, and you don't need a pill. You just need someone who has an open ear that's not going to judge you and make you feel bad or worse.
Therapist, get a
So
Yeah.
therapist.
therapy, listen, I'm glad that we're openly talking about therapy now because that has saved me on, y'all hear about the details in my book, but I'm not gonna talk about it on the show. But yeah, it really saved me from being overwhelmed by everything that life is capable of throwing at you sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
And we
talking
like
about,
to, yeah, just on that one too, just ensuring that we're talking about mental health as
yeah,
a whole. Um, versus illness, right? Because it's a health concern. It's an overall mental health concern that you have, because it's a part of your health and your well-being. So ensuring that you get that properly diagnosed, properly taken care of. Medication is not always the answer. It depends on who that serving psychologist is, because
mhm,
those are the prescribers, as Sue was talking about a little bit earlier, right? You have your psychologist. Your therapist, you got your social workers, you got, your life coaches. There's so many different people and so many different lanes that you can go down when it comes to helping out with your mental health. So definitely experiments with those to see which behavioral health or which path best works for you, because they're not all the same. No two people are exactly the same. So what works for, Miss Clovis not going to work for me, potentially, or worse for Sue can work for her but not work for me, and vice versa. So it's all about the individual, what works for you, your experience, your life journey. Just keeping that in mind. And we are definitely not, as Ms. Clover said earlier, we're not promoting any of these routes or any of these medications that we're talking about. We're talking about our own personal experiences. The only
right,
one thing that I am going to promote would be the website I talked about a little bit earlier. It's as far as if you want to get some facts from. But then again, look at it, do your own personal research to see whether or not if you feel it validates the stands in which you want to take. And then you can go from there.
okay. So
Yeah.
before we
But
go
today,
any further, okay. I had a lot more other things I want to post on here too, but what I'm going to do is after the show, I'm going to post them in the description, you guys, so you guys can see the definitions and the I'm an advocate for therapy. I lost 50 pounds. Congratulations, Miss Brookins, for losing 50 pounds after therapy. It's not a weight loss program, y'all know. It's not a weight loss program. You won't lose,
That's a
but
everybody
it
ain't
great.
gonna
helps,
lose weight
Donna.
after therapy, but you might be
It
motivated to
helps.
go exercise after you go see a therapist. You might.
No, this certain thing is stress eating. You can eat because of stress. You
That's
definitely
true.
gain a pound or two.
Oh,
I saved a buck or two by switching to Geico personally, but I say go ahead and go for it. It helps, honey. It helps.
and I saved a lot of
It
money when
helps.
I bundled my home car auto insurance. So
So, I'm
I was
just saying, hey,
I was progressive in my.
hey,
Yeah,
this has
speaking
been
of
an
gyms,
awesome show.
I forgot to
Oh, go ahead.
mention that about my week too. I did start LA Fitness next to my friend Dewan. He's my gym partner. So I have been, don't clap because last week I ain't go at all. I
You
ain't
took
gonna
the
lie.
first step, okay?
I did. I walked in that building
Right.
twice since we
There
started.
you go. See?
I got
See?
familiar
2
with the
times.
exercises that I needed. As
Uh-huh.
Antonio Snacks over here, I did. I did. I just have a
There
midsection
you
hernia.
go. That's why I'm clapping. You took the first step.
Yes.
That's the biggest step you can take. You just gotta keep going. Good luck with that.
Tonio, stop being counterproductive to my progress, please.
You
Somebody,
know what I want to know.
what? You know what, Tonio. Okay, so moving right along. I got another comment. Ms. Brookins says, I feel in the Black community there's a bit of shame in asking for help to that degree. Therapy can change your perspective, change your life. It can, because they're not biased. It ain't like, Ma, I didn't feel this way. That, of course, they're going to say, they support you because that's your mom. But when you have a total person a person that's not connected to you in any kind of way, and you start from the beginning because they ask you about your childhood, you discover things that you didn't even realize was in your way, or sometimes you discover you don't even have a mental problem. That was just a situation. You're okay. It's okay sometimes to feel some kind of way, you know? So sometimes it's not always about, you having these breakdowns and you need to see a therapist for life. You may go into there and then she may say, you're okay. You're fine. This is totally normal for you to have anxiety in this situation. That's fine. But if you have it oftentimes in these situations, then you come back and see me. You never know. But like Sagana said, taking the first step, that's how you find out if, therapy works for you. Sometimes therapy don't work for anyone else. So it's all about how much you want help. It's like, getting a second opinion. You know how you go somewhere and they say, you crazy. You see a therapist like getting a second opinion. And then they'll be like, no, you're not crazy. This is what's going on.
I'll tell you, I got notation. If somebody call me crazy, it's notated.
You notated? So you noted? You cloving
No,
over
it's
note?
been diagnosed, notated that I'm a little on the nut side, and I want to know what their excuse is.
Who notated that?
My
No, she
doctor,
tells the
Your
provider to
doctor?
notate it. Yeah.
psychiatrists and therapists will tell you what you're diagnosed with.
Uh-huh.
You're a little loopy. You gotta take
Okay.
medication.
They said that.
Of course,
Okay.
Mhm.
they gonna say they didn't know that
But
guy
if
hurts.
you're a person who can take the God honest hard truth about someone's opinion about you, then yeah, you can receive that. But I wouldn't recommend any therapist say that to someone who's, because what if you confirming what they already feel and now
They
I've got
don't
it from a
say it word
doctor.
for word like that.
I'm sure that
Okay.
that professional will put it in a way that's going to be
Don't
accessible for
kill
the
my
receiver.
joke. Listen, I'm just trying to make sure that someone watching this is not going to, get triggered by if I go to therapy, they'll say stuff, no.
That's totally different. Everybody else is civilian. We all military.
Mhm. And
Okay.
and well, the part I'm still trying to figure out was this gym experience.
It was
Oh,
very
we
it was very good. We started slow because
oh
it
we
did.
started slow. Yeah, and
Oh, he's
then
so good.
Yeah. So my friend Dewan, he used to be my
uh-huh,
godson. Now he's my
uh-huh,
friend.
uh-huh. Hmm.
And he actually called in the show and won lunch when Coco,
Yeah.
asked him a question about a previous show. Yeah.
Hmm.
So we he wanted to go to the
Start off
gym
slow.
and I
Hmm.
wanted to go to the gym and we decided to be gym buddies. So we went.
Hmm.
And it's some eye candy in the gym too, ladies.
Uh-huh.
If you ever have a fear about going into the gym, that could be a little motivation. It was a little motivation in that gym to keep
Okay.
going. So I recommend
Motivation.
it.
All right, but y'all start off slow, and then y'all.
Okay, Tanya, anything else you want to add about mental health before you
Oh
trigger
yeah. Oh,
my
that's right.
sweat
We
glands
gotta
over
do.
here?
Yeah, you catch us okay, and then after hours coming soon. I just say, hey, but no, this has
Definitely
been
going to come over another
awesome.
show.
This has been awesome. Thank you so much. I think everybody out there, all the Clovers out there, everybody out there in K&N land, just really coming in and supporting us today,
Thank
watching
you
the
guys
show,
so
really
much.
getting us.
Yes.
Thank you so much for our special guest that came in today. Help us talk about this. Make sure y'all hit her up if y'all need any assistance. All my veterans out there, we're trying to get to that round number, that 100. Okay. Permanent. Okay, and complete. That's what we're looking for. That PNC. You don't want them touching them coins. You want them to come all the time. So make sure you head
Yeah.
out Elite Consulting so she can help out you get your coin. Okay, make sure that
Yeah.
comes in once a
Exactly.
month. Get all the monies all the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I have a question of the day. Listen, how do we break the stigma on mental health? What are effective ways we can do that? And have we broken the stigma on going to therapy in the Black community? Please comment below in the comments and let us know what you think about those two questions of the day. We won't open the phone lines because, like I said, somehow Google updated and I can't get the platform to work. We would definitely do a recap maybe next week since we're still on mental health. If you guys want to ask questions, write them down now. Make sure you click the bell for notifications so that when we start our next week topic, which is abuse, which is another mental health awareness topic, then you guys can ask questions about PTSD, depression, anxiety as well, because sometimes abuse can cause that as well, depression, anxiety, PTSD. So save your questions, either write them in the comments or have them ready for next Monday, because we will definitely love to hear what you guys ask, and we'll try to answer them and give you our, opinions and views on that.
That's right.
All right, so every now and then on the show, we get to interview people and they get to pull a topic out of the box, darling. This is the note box.
The books.
It could be left field. I don't know what questions or topics going to pull up, but I'm going to pick one out for you, and we're all going to give our opinion about it. Okay.
They've been pretty on these last few pulls, so you may work out. You may luck out here, so you may work out.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Also, if you guys have a topic that you want to be put in the box and for us to pull, hashtag it in the comments. Hashtag a question, a topic, a word, anything, just hashtag it, and we'll write it down, we'll throw it in the box, and then tune into the show to see if your topic is pulled and hear our opinion about it. Okay,
out
so
the
this
box
says, tell me you're black without telling me you're black.
Well, so you started off.
Want me to start off? Okay.
No, not you. I said I said Sue. She started off, but not you.
Oh, so tell me you're black without telling me you're black.
That's a good one. I don't know. I've been suburbanized. I don't know.
No, girl, you ain't forget where you came from, girl. You may have been suburbanized, but you just said your house is full, honey. So, suburb, the moon, galaxies far, far away. You know.
Shoot.
In any way you want to do it. It could be a phrase, it could be a look, it could be a sound, it could be a whatever.
Tony, you start. We'll come back around. Honey.
Right, I got nothing. I'm just
Okay. I'll start. Well, we'll go to the callers. We got somebody in the callers. They started us off.
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
I love chicken. All right, there it is. Get it.
Okay.
I love chicken. Okay, that's a good one. I like that one. That's a good one. Mine will have to be all my life I had to fight.
Oh my God, I say that all the time.
I'm just thinking. There it is.
One. Fix your face before I beat the black off you.
Okay. So I tell my kids, quit running in and out this house. Letting out the heat.
Right.
That part.
Yeah.
Turn
those lights out if you're not in that room.
Look, here go one. I know you fucking lying.
Right.
Do you have McDonald's money?
Bring me back my change.
Yep.
Let me smell you. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
There you go. I got it. See, I told you.
There it is. Okay. There it is.
Okay, guys, in the comments below, let us know you're black without letting us know you're black in the comments. We would love to read those next Monday. Please make them good.
Come on here with them street lights come out. That's right.
That's a very, very black.
Yeah. That's an oldie one right there. Don't you come on there fucking around.
They don't even say that no more. That's a throwback black folk right there.
That is.
Street lights coming on is when people go out. Go outside. Shit.
Right. You thirsty, you better go on up there to that hose and get some water. You coming in my house, using up my good cups. I'm using up all my ice. Get out my refrigerator. Ain't no bills up in here. But yeah.
Okay, so make sure you guys hashtag your topics you want us to put in the box. Answer the question of the day. And tell us you're black without telling us you're black in the comments. We can't wait to hear what you guys come up with. Share this on all your social media pages, you guys. Someone dealing with mental health issues, this may be helpful for a lot of people. It may be helpful with, finding out that, you're not crazy. You just have selective mutism. Leave the child alone. They're okay. Never know. And if there's nothing else, Tonio, that's it. That's all I have, Tonio. That's all I have. There's anything else?
Thank y'all. Love y'all. Thanks for coming by. God bless you. Good night, my people. Stay blessed. Stay what?
Okay, we like.
Fade out.
Oh my God, y'all! Listen, we have a ball here. It was wonderful. Thank you, Sagana Taylor, for coming on the platform.
Absolutely.
We hope to get you back on here again. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe next Monday. All this ties into, abuse as well. People can get traumatized. Hey, Skylar.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Yeah, so that's the show, you guys. Make sure you guys continue to share, and till then, I hope you guys stay peaceful, stay positive, stay productive, stay prayed up, and most importantly, come on, Tony, y'all.
Oh, stay blessed, people. Stay blessed. That was me, my man. I said.
This is a stat production, baby.